All right, guys, welcome to Do You Feel Me? Today, doing a special, discussion about movie franchises, and if you listen to our movie remakes, this is kind of what we're gonna start doing. Every week. If it's not like major news, it'll be, we'll go over a little bit of the news, and then we'll go into a main topic. So that's what we're gonna do today for y'all this week. So. Again, check out our Mulan trailer review. Not trailer.
Oh,
Mulan
Well,
movie review.
now they're gonna be like, "You got the movie? I want the trailer."
The Mulan movie review, which is on the channel now, and we also have trailer reaction to
Mandalorian too.
The Mandalorian season 2. So that'll probably be some of the news that we'll go into. So again, my name's Olin. Welcome.
And I'm Ryan.
All right, so let's go ahead get into it. So we're gonna go to news topics. We'll see anything that interested you during this week, Ryan.
So apparently Jared Leto is gonna be in Tron 3, and I didn't even know they were making a Tron 3.
I thought the last thing I heard about Tron was it was gonna be they were gonna redo everything. Now, you know what I mean? If they make a Tron 3, I want to see it because I'm still waiting on like the sequel to Tron Legacy.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite movies, man. I watch that like once a month. You know what I mean? So it's one of those good bad movies that I just like, especially in Ultra HD. Oh
no, that movie was I think Legacy, if anything, was just like a dream fully realized.
Yeah.
Because if you look to see what went into it, it was like they couldn't do all that, but it was okay. But what they were able to pull off in Tron it's amazing. There's an episode on Disney Plus, Prop Culture, that talks about the special effects that went into Tron, and it's just like you did all that for that movie. And granted, if you like it or not, it's still amazing. But when they did Tron 2, it was like everything that they wanted to do in Tron 1, they got to do it in Tron 2, and it looks beautiful. Seamless. I think when you're watching that movie, your brain is thinking of all the scenarios that could go on within that universe while you're watching it. So I know.
Well, shout out to Jared Leto.
So you think?
I would have thought they would have just put. Never mind.
Jared Leto's not a bad actor. Honestly, to see him in a Tron movie almost seems fitting. Like he was going to be in Morbius, so.
I'm just saying, Cillian Murphy was in Tron Legacy as a character, so I was assuming that in the sequel to that he would be like probably the next villain. But you gotta know, I've seen Tron Legacy so many times. Like I'm going into plus I had the Blu-ray which has like if you all the like special extra features, right? So if you watch all the extra features, it breaks that down who his character is. Because his like father used to work with, in the original Tron, so the movie, first one, so they kind of tied that in together. But get the Blu-ray, y'all. Tron Legacy, man, some good stuff in there. So is Tron Legacy on Disney Plus?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think the original one is.
Yeah, the original one definitely is because it was suggested after I watched Prop Culture, but I don't know about Legacy.
But yeah, shout out Tron Legacy, man. I like that movie a lot. It's a good movie.
All right.
Good visual effects for the time that it came out, and good try with with the like mocap.
Oh,
even though it's early, it was early. This was before everybody else tried it. It looks terrible.
How about the dude?
Yeah,
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
You know what?
Clue, yeah.
When I watch that movie and I see that, I always thought, because I like that movie, so this is my justification for that, right? The reason why that came out a tad bit shoddy, or at least unbelievable, was because that wasn't the real Jeff Bridges. They had to let you know that it was Clue the whole time.
Right.
So and Clue is just a simulation. He's a program to mimic Jeff Bridges. So
Even
that's
though they use the same for the beginning of the movie. It looks just like Clue.
yeah, we can't all be as flawless as Kurt Russell in Guardians 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was. But by then, we're talking about years down the road. So it's supposed to look like that. So,
Well, there's
yeah.
definitely an evolution in making people look younger. But
So go, yeah. So go to the next one. Next big story.
what do you got?
Well, Mandalorian season 2 trailer drop this week. Like I said, I did a trailer reaction to it, so check that out. But uh, I got corrected in one of the comments, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like on the reaction, because I thought the hooded girl. I was like, "Is that Ahsoka?" No, but they was like, "That's
No.
Sabine." I was like, "That's Sabine."
Oh,
So I was even more excited because I was like, "Yo, that's Sabine from Rebels."
yeah, Rebels. Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, this is tight. It's even tighter." So shout out for that one commenter who said that. Thanks.
Well,
And
they were
so,
saying,
yeah,
yeah.
because I wasn't following the casting news, so I was just, but yeah. So that's cool. I'm
See.
looking forward to Mandalorian season 2. I'm ready to see what Ahsoka looks like in live action and all that. So it looks good. You know what I mean? But y'all can watch the trailer reaction and get my thoughts on that. What else? You want to talk about Ray Fisher, or that's another podcast?
I mean, we could talk about Ray Fisher. I don't mind talking about Ray Fisher. I just can't believe that he's really like this is still news. Like he keeps pushing and pushing. And I swear, if he messes up the Zack Snyder release, I'm coming after him.
Thing is, though, he's getting backing from Aquaman now because Aquaman is like, "Yo, we need to investigate. We need to investigate Josh Whedon now." He's like, "Yo, let's do it." Like I agree. Like so now it's like, oh god,
Yeah. A over E is the motto
Momoa,
or
yeah,
something.
Momoa is like, yo, I got my boy Fisher's back. Look, what's good? What's up with the investigation? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, the good news is it's not slowing down the Flash.
no,
It's not necessarily slowing down any superhero productions per se, but it's just still going.
they said that this stuff didn't start coming out until after he was offered a cameo in the Flash movie. So I guess he was like, cameo? That's beneath me.
Who the heck is Ray? See, now that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, and I don't even know who Ray Fisher is like that. He's not
He
even
came
that.
from theater. He was a theater actor.
Oh,
That was his first role.
oh, come on.
He was good in True Detective season 2, though.
Okay, so he's done other
Not
things.
season 2, season 3. My bad. As Mahershala Ali's son.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. True Detective.
Yeah, True Detective season 3 is good, by the way. But yeah, Ray Fisher's in that.
That's it, though. That's all we
That's the
got.
only other movie I've seen. Yeah. I mean, that's not even a movie; it's a TV show.
And then you're gonna,
But
and
it's
then,
cinematic. So.
and then you're gonna talk about how WB is used Ben Affleck news to what's that?
Well, that's what Ray Fisher said. He said it was what did he say it was? The Ben Affleck casting was a
I guess you could say kind of like a distraction.
yeah.
I was like, shit, that's a really good distraction. That shit better be true, man. If that shit ain't true, I'm still coming after you, Ray Fisher. Because
It's true. It's true.
I said WB on fire, but I'll still be coming after you.
So, yeah.
Give the people what they want. As far as news, there's been too much going on.
Hold on, let me check.
At least not on my side of things.
The Batman has officially started reshooting, and it also came out that the Batman they were going to keep shooting without Robert Pattinson. So I guess they're going to shoot everything that they don't need with him, and then or either just use a stunt double in the suit, and then do close-ups when Robert Pattinson gets healthier. Like you could shoot around and then I mean, all you really need him is for the face shot
Yeah, well,
because he's not doing all the fight scenes. Come on, he's not.
nah, at least not
So
all
yeah,
the choreographed ones.
yeah. So the Batman has officially started reshooting, and another in comic book movie, Black Widow has been delayed again. Wonder Woman has been delayed,
Again.
and that pushback. They're talking about pushing back the Dune as well.
Of course, I appreciate them for putting on, deadlines. That's great. I'm glad you guys will be ready. Unfortunately, and still, we won't be able to see it because we don't have theaters. It won't. At least, I mean, we don't. It's not going to be available for wide release. I don't know why you guys keep saying it's going to come out sometime
The
this
thing
year.
is, Warner Brothers they're like, yo, we're not making the same mistake we just made with Tenet. Like Tenet, I know Nolan wanted everybody to see it in the theaters. He should have just waited because it's not nobody's going to see it. At least in the U.S., it's getting numbers on the international, but not in the U.S. So it's I still want to see that, man, because I want to get my opinion on it. But
So I'll
yeah,
go to the
I think
movies.
that's one of the reasons why like they're pushing back, Wonder Woman and Doom. But as far as Disney, I know why they're pushing back Black Widow. It's like we want to release this in a movie. Thing is though, they're putting me at a dilemma now because if you release Black Widow on Disney Plus at $30, you know what I mean? It's an MCU movie. Like it's like, oh man, I might have to pay.
Yeah, they got
Can't miss an MCU movie. But
that's certified action. That
yeah.
you can't go. It doesn't matter. I hate to say that you can't. It doesn't matter what Marvel movie you watch. It's still a good movie. Period. Like, I mean, I think it'll probably be better to move on. So, but y'all can listen to that to hear what I had to say about
Yeah,
that one.
listen to our movie review on that. It's actually some good comedy in there. Uh, so, but we didn't tear it apart because McNulty on the Facebook post
Yeah.
on the worst remakes, he was like, "Yo, I had no chill on Disney on the Disney movie remakes, man." I was like, "Hey, man." Like, because he was with me when we saw Aladdin. I was like, bro, we had the same conversation then. So we always telling the truth here, man. We're unfiltered. We give it honest. Especially me. If it's trash, it's trash. We're not,
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid by no studio, so I'm not gonna
Fighting.
pretend I like something like some YouTubers do. So, but well, I don't feel like I'm a YouTuber yet. I don't have enough subscribers, or I'm just happen to be putting videos on there.
Yeah, no,
What I mean? I don't want to call myself a YouTuber yet.
This is me being creative during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's just using, So we're at what 6 subscribers.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Like that's six
That's
more than
people.
that. Yeah, that's 6 people. I didn't think. So I really just do this for the fun of it, honestly.
Yeah. But let's see. I still wanted to talk about that Star Wars stuff. As far as I mean, John Boyega's coming out on Star Wars. Daisy Ridley came out saying, "Hey, they had no plan for Rey. She was gonna be a Kenobi, and then she became nobody, and then she became a Palpatine. So I guess
I actually watched that I watched that movie last night with a friend that hadn't seen it still. So we watched it, and my reaction to it was pretty much the same as hers. It was just like, oh boy, there's a lot. Man, when we review that movie, that'll be fun because
we gotta do that, bro. My thing is, she just broke down these 3 movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Force Awakens, right? When she goes down, she finds a chest, right? And she touched the lightsaber, Luke's lightsaber, and it goes to the fire montage of like past movies. And at the end, you hear Obi-Wan in the back. This is your last step, Ray. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that implies maybe she's has something to do with Kenobi. That's the first movie because this is who she mentioned. So she's giving you a timeline of these movies. The second movie, Raising Nobody. What's Kylo Ren tell her in the throne room? Was like, look, they were like they sold you off to get
Yeah,
drunk
yeah.
with, bruh. They sold you off for some liquor, bro. You're a nobody, bro. Okay. Then
Run
she
away with
said,
me.
and then she becomes a Palpatine. And what happens in the Rise of Skywalker? Rey Palpatine. So she gave you every movie it changed. Oh, this movie you're gonna be a Kenobi, and then in Last Jedi, Ryan Johnson was like, you know what? Fuck that Kenobi shit. You're nobody. No, we ain't doing that. And then J.J. Abrams come back. You know what? I remember what I said like 4 years ago. Now you're a Palpatine,
Yeah,
right?
you're a Palpatine now. Still a nobody because he died too. Oh wait, no, he lived.
I can't. We're gonna talk about Star Wars later. Though. I'm gonna say that for a later time. You know what I mean? Because we should do like a watch along, like watch these movies.
That'd be hilarious.
Yes, and just watch it real time, killing that shit. You know what I mean? But not. I mean, showing some love. But hey, if y'all want, I'm gonna do like if y'all want us to do a watch along of like the Star Wars movies or at least the new trilogy, I'm be down to do that.
My thing about that whole new trilogy is that years from now, like I don't know, give it a decade or so, and somebody that's never and they finally get to jump into the Star Wars world, they're gonna be like, oh, these weren't that bad. But I'm sorry, y'all. We waited. We were the people that we waited for it to happen. We were hanging on the news of what was gonna happen next and what we got. And I know expectations were super high, but what in the heck? It just it felt disjointed behind the scenes that it was felt on screen when you were watching it. Ugh, it's not a bad movie, but boy, oh boy, we got to do that review.
Yeah. So I think that's all the news that I can remember. You did mention something about Henry Cavill. Is that confirmed or rumored?
I've seen like 5 news articles about it, so I'm guessing there's some hope. I'd like to think so because Henry Cavill always likes playing Superman. They just wrote his character wrong.
Gotcha.
Or they didn't do his character justice. Pun intended.
Yeah, so I think those are the major stories that I can remember. I'm going off the top of the head.
They
So,
said that Robert Pattinson might be the next candidate for 007.
oh God. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot on your plate, man. Do you want to be Batman or James Bond, man? Pick one,
Be
bro.
both. Just
You know
be
what I mean?
both.
I mean, it is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers distributes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they distribute the James Bond movies now, right? So if I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, y'all. I'm spitballing here. Because it used to be MGM. I mean, MGM shows up, but I feel like Warner Brothers shows up too now. But anyways, that's nerd stuff. Bro.
So
But
as far as the Matrix 4 goes, we will not be seeing Agent Smith. Apparently, they had a script. He was in it. He read it. He thought it was pretty good. He had, he was like, I had some suggestions, but I was okay with it. And then they didn't call him back. So he's like, as far as I know, I'm not in it.
well, I heard Morpheus is not in it either.
Yeah, because he died apparently in the Matrix universe. He died in the game.
Oh, all right. That game was fire. Path of Neo. I had it on PlayStation too.
Well, he died. He died. So they came out with Matrix Online, and he died in that. He didn't die in Path of Neo.
Yeah, no. He's not even barely in that movie. He just talks to you. You don't even get to use him. So because it's the Path of Neo, obviously. But
can't use Morpheus.
Yeah.
You don't use Morpheus. Morpheus uses you.
Yeah. But that's a good segue. You brought up the Matrix because we're going over movie franchises. Let me sound happier. But
Movie franchises.
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Speaking of movie franchises, Bill and Ted. Uh,
Face the music.
we still got that review coming. I just haven't watched it yet. So, but hold on for 1 second.
It's happening. I did the title card for it, so I'm about it.
Be right back.
What is a franchise?
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to get my pizza out the oven. All right. So yeah, movie franchises.
Weird flex, but okay. Let's do it.
I found this article, man. Thought it was interesting. And it had like 27 best franchises.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to get your take on it. So they had excuse me. So at number 27, they had Die Hard. So according to them, it's the number 27th best franchise. Die Hard.
All right. Oh, wow.
Out of their 27, which I thought was interesting.
No, I mean I've seen all the Die Hards. All right. I can roll with that one. Right. That is a franchise. It's not what I thought of when I thought it was franchise, but yeah, I guess it is a franchise. They make toys for that.
I mean,
it's actually a children's book now.
I mean, a franchise is obviously, a trilogy can be considered a franchise, or do you disagree with that? Right? In a sense, because even if it's a trilogy that ended, you can make another one, and then you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's a franchise. You can include The Hobbit in that. It's a it's all Lord of the Rings.
Smaug and the Five Armies.
Yeah.
I guess it's a property that allows you to expand and also be commercially successful.
Like here, they got Die Hard at number 27, right? So Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Oh boy!
Oh God!
I saw that one. I saw that one, and I was all right. Hey, you guys.
But yeah, it's 5 movies. You know what I mean? So, my opinion, if a franchise obviously is 3 or more movies, right? To me.
Uh-huh.
So, you know what I mean?
Die Hard was. That's the cool thing about franchises is that it lets a specific actor play one character, and most of the time the characters that they play, it's fun for them. You'll learn that in most of these franchises is that one reoccurring actor, and Bruce Willis would be the recurring actor in the Die Hard franchise.
Right.
It's fun. We love seeing him. We love seeing him as John McClane. He gets in all these crazy situations and he finds his way out doing it the Bruce Willis way. So that's the cool thing about a franchise. It's like you're growing up with that person and you're going on all these crazy adventures.
What's your favorite Die Hard movie? Out of all of them.
Most would say the second one.
Really?
But I always go back to the first one. So
mine's is low key Die Hard with a Vengeance. Between the first and the third is real close for me, man. I really like Die Hard with a Vengeance, man. I think it's because it's the dynamic between him and Samuel L. Jackson, the whole movie, bro. It's funny. You know what I mean?
Wait, so that was the third one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I.
When
That's the
Hans
one.
Gruber's brother comes back. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I was talking about the one with Samuel Jackson. I thought that was the second
yeah.
one. Oh,
Die Hard 2 is has old boy from Good Times in it. So
okay.
the father from Good Times. Yeah. So yeah, as like a kind of villain. There's like 3 villains in that movie. I didn't like the second one, man. It's just even though it has more continuity than the third one because Reginald Vale Johnson is in it in the beginning, the cop, and
Yeah, from Family Matters.
yeah, but, yeah. So they put Alien above Die Hard on their list as a better franchise.
Wait,
Even
so
though half of Alien movies are trash.
first
But
most classic.
I mean, if you compare it to Die Hard, you got Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3, and then low key, I like the Live Free of Die Hard a little bit, the unrated version. But the last one is completely trash.
No, that was.
The Good Day to Die Hard is trash.
I remember watching that. And I was like, "Oh boy, what is this?"
But the one with Timothy Olyphant as a villain,
Yeah, low key is
didn't-
like one of my favorites. Maybe that's
yeah, I
why.
didn't mind that one. Now Alien, you got Aliens, Alien 3, which is Fincher's directorial debut. It's trash. Alien Resurrection, it's trash.
No, wait. So let me get. Aliens 3 is the one where she's in a prison
Right.
and she throws herself in the lava and it's like bursts out of her stomach while she's falling.
Yeah.
I had to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
then Alien Resurrection.
I remember watching that one, and I just, for some reason, I guess because it was the newest one, I remember my cousins loved watching that specific one, and I was like, "What is it, Ron Perlman? You know, like what is? Why do we keep coming back to this?" Got the whole, the weird newborn baby alien gets sucked out through the hole in space, and
And then they got Alien versus Predator.
um,
I like that one actually. It's not bad.
I didn't know that was.
Yeah.
I
They
didn't know-
included it under the Alien franchise.
I mean that first one goes hard. I don't know why they talk shit about that movie. That movie goes hard.
Requiem is the one I thought was trash.
That was bad. Period.
Yeah. So and then Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I feel like we talked about this already. So
Yeah, no.
somewhere. I liked Prometheus, and I actually liked Alien Covenant for what it was. It was just an action movie.
No, it works. This
Yeah.
shit slaps. Michael Fassbender is creepy.
But I don't know if it's a better franchise than Die Hard. I don't know, but
I mean, they're both they're both also in different genres. Like action movie, that one's kind of like sci-fi. It depends on what your preference is, I guess. What are you more entertained by? I don't know. I don't understand that one either.
all right. So they put Jack Ryan above both of them at 25.
Wow.
The
Are we
Jack
talking
Ryan
about like
franchise.
with Harrison Ford and stuff?
They included them all, starting with Alec Baldwin. So the A Hunt for Red October, The Patriot Games, Clear Present Danger, The Sum of All Fears with Ben Affleck, and then Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit with Chris Pine. So they included all of them.
Jack Ryan's like the American James Bond.
Yeah. So they put that as the number 25 best franchise out of 27. So I know a lot of y'all, I don't know the ages of our listeners or watchers, but them first 3 like Tom Clancy joints are, The Hunt for Red October is a good movie. Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger, that's like Harrison Ford in his action prime, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
you
I'm a
gotta
fan
be-
of Jack.
you got to be into those movies to watch, because it's a lot of dialogue. You got to be into that. You know what I mean?
It's all in the words.
Yeah, it's all in the dialogue, what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like it's a spy thriller. You got to be into that. It's not, even
If you're not-
compared to Jason, like Bourne stuff. Jason Bourne is more action. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Jason Bourne's pretty it's pretty ABC.
Yeah, but Jack Ryan is more like he's a smart guy. He's going to get into like what's going on, but he can handle himself too. And the Jack Ryan TV series, I actually liked. I like the first season was better than the second one, but Krasinski he pulled it off. You know what I mean? So
I think Jack Ryan's a little bit more if we're comparing him to like Jason Bourne, Jack Ryan's a little bit more human since he's not a sleeper agent for a secret organization. In terms of like he has to think he's not invincible. Right. That's what I liked about watching the Harrison Ford ones is like he made mistakes. It was like, oh shit, clear and present danger.
Yeah, that's a good movie. And
Alec Baldwin. Anyway,
old boy. Wow. I can't remember names off the fly no more, but Darth Vader's voice.
James Earl Jones?
Yeah. I don't know why I blinked on James. I'm sorry, James. I am sorry.
Community's not going to forgive you on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the early, I think he's in all the first three, if I'm not mistaken.
Dare you forget Mufasa.
Yeah. Now, the Sum of All Fears is trash. I don't like Ben Affleck. That was like when they were forcing Ben Affleck in every fucking movie. Like you know what I mean? He's Daredevil. Now he's Jack Ryan. Now he's in this.
He's doing it all.
Now he's in Jiggly. Like
now he's with J-Lo.
Yeah. So Ben Affleck was like in every fucking movie, bro. So this was one that he showed up in. I just didn't like Sum of All Fears. I didn't like that. Morgan Freeman's in it. It was him and Morgan Freeman. So
I watch it for Morgan. That's fair. Jack Ryan's a good franchise to get into. Honestly, it's smart if you're not into the whole style over substance. So, and just like James Bond, you get like a good roster. You could actually pick your favorite. So, I'm on the same list as you are at this point right now. So.
Okay. So you see at 24 where it says this guy Kevin Smith's verse, right?
Basically, yeah.
This is better. In their opinion, it's better than Die Hard, Aliens, and Jack Ryan. So you got Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that this list is based on like percentages on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. They're like, there's good research or something, but it's just like, why would I pick Clerks over Clear and Present Danger? I don't think so.
Even though Clerks is a good movie.
No, Clerks is a great movie. I just wouldn't pick it over the Chasing Amy. Which one was that one?
That's the one with Ben Affleck. He's in all these shits, man.
He's Daredevil. Well, to be fair, Ben Affleck was actually more. He was more in Kevin Smith's universe. Like he poked his head every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's not too surprising, but it didn't help in this particular instance.
I think there's all these movies run together though, because franchise to me, each movie is together. To me, you're just putting all of his movies in one. Can you consider that a franchise? I'm not a Kevin Smith junkie, so I've seen like these movies once, except for like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I've seen that multiple times. But yeah, I'm waiting for the sequel whenever that's supposed to come.
I think that one's straight to on demand.
But yeah, so I wouldn't consider this a franchise. So I call a foul on the play. You know what I mean? To me, but that's up to them. But
is it a fair like?
This is an interesting list.
They're doing the Mallrats too, as well too.
Yeah.
It's more like a collection than a franchise. But all right, yeah.
Yeah, Dirty Harry, 23.
Okay.
Shout out, Clint Eastwood.
Oh man. Does anybody even? I've seen a couple of these, but in my mind, I'm like, does anybody even know who that is now?
Yeah, I haven't.
Does anybody keep up with Dirty Harry?
I haven't seen all of these.
My favorite is on the Spanish channel when they show Dirty Harry on the Spanish channel. His name is Harry de Sucio. It's horrible because like Sucio, when a Sucio is more like a pervert. It's not really in terms of what you think Dirty Harry is. So it just makes me laugh all the time. Harry de Sucio. I've seen, I think it's Magnum Force in the Deadpool.
Yeah, I've seen the Deadpool. I think I've seen Sudden Impact.
He's a
It's
cop.
crazy. Based on these Rotten Tomato scores, Dirty Harry's at 90%, and the rest are like not even fresh. Or is it above 50s fresh? I can't remember.
He's still wearing the same suit from the first movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you got to watch these in different lenses. You know what I mean? You can't be in a PC mind and watch movies like that was made before '85.
I think, especially with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
Terminator.
If anybody doesn't know, that's from Dirty Harry's the Tell Me. What's the saying for Dirty Harry?
Shit.
Oh, do you feel lucky?
Oh yeah. Do you feel lucky? Doesn't you say punk with it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Feel
know.
lucky, punk.
Do we use that now?
No.
I don't even. Damn. Before Gran Torino and the Mule, Clint Eastwood was Dirty
All
Harry.
night long.
All right, let's move into Terminator. I think people should. They're not going to let this franchise die. This thing keeps going. As long as Arnold is alive, this franchise will keep going.
This could be probably the worst franchise ever, if they keep making movies. Look at this. The Terminator, good movie. Everybody knows that. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, great movie to me.
That's
In my opinion, is better than the first, but some people may argue different.
that is the peak of this whole franchise.
And
Sorry,
next,
y'all.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, trash. Terminator Salvation. The best thing about that movie is the Christian Bale's rant on set.
Yeah, it's not even the movie. Sorry.
Terminator Genisys was trash. And then Terminator Dark Fate. They tried. They tried to go with
He
the
tried. I gave him a golf clap. You know, it's kind of like
that
a,
movie was
just.
another S. Never mind. SJ. Never mind. Forget it. That's what Dark Fate
don't
was.
don't go there. Let's try not to go there because that's I don't want to go there. You might lose one of the 6 people. I don't know.
But you don't have 2 out of 5 movies is good.
To be fair, I mean Terminator. The good thing about Terminator is if you like Terminator, guess what? It expands way farther than the movies. I mean, I think most of these franchises expand. I think that's what makes them really good franchises. Is that if you really get down with, Terminator, or hell, I'm sure somebody's writing a book about Dirty Harry still. But Terminator, once again, if you waited or you were hyped to see any of these movies as they came out, by the time I was born, I guess I had to be hyped for Terminator 3 because Terminator 2 came out in 92. I'm sorry. Yeah. Terminator 2, the first one, Olin's definitely right. The first and second one are the best. Matter of fact, it's because of the first and second one that they keep trying to struggle and retcon and erase all the other ones.
Yeah, Dark Fate is a retcon. Well, Genesis is a retcon. Well, Dark Fate is a retcon of Genesis, Salvation, and Terminator 3. So technically, Dark Fate is supposed to take place after Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But it's nah.
What they try to do was, all right, so basically Terminator 2 hypes the heck out of you because you're like, oh man, we're going to see the future. So then they give you Terminator 3, which I guess you get an older John, but it's not the future. It's just Motorola Razr phones. And then they give you Salvation, which is the future, which if you remember, if you were there for, you were hyped as shit because you're like, oh man, we're finally there. We're here. And then you saw it and it couldn't have been that far into the future. It wasn't that far into the future. It was not good, y'all. It's not rememberable. And Christian Bale ranting Offset to the stunt guy.
Yeah.
That's probably the best part, and that's not the movie. Then Genesis try to erase Salvation. That was bad.
Another thing about Salvation, wasn't that Jai Courtney in that?
Yeah, he takes
That's
the
when
place.
they were shoving Jai Courtney down her throat. Because he did Jack Reacher, and he did Salvation, and he was in another thing. He was in the Die Hard movie.
Yeah, he's the
Like, he was
son.
like 3 bad movies, bro. It's like, get him the fuck out of here, man.
Well, now
We
he's
talk
got-
about him, Sam Worthington, all them motherfuckers, man. They was like shoving all them around the same time, man.
Sam Worthington was shoved down our throats too.
Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, sorry. That was a rant.
And then Dark Fate erased all 3 of those movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Rise of Machines is the best after Terminator 2. And
Unfortunately.
and it's still bad. But at least you still got an Arnold still acting. It wasn't the Governor yet.
And
And
that
then-
was they tried to do one without Arnold, and it's funny because I say without Arnold, but they still put Arnold in it.
In the end, you're talking about Salvation, right? At the end.
Yeah.
And he comes out that door, and he's naked and shit. And it's
Yeah.
all like it's not even motion capture. It's like the worst CG you've ever seen.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
I'm done. Terminator.
Yeah. That's a enter at your own risk, but definitely watch the first and second one, like especially the second one.
All right, so they got X-Men next.
Oh wow! Fuck, does X-Men have that many movies? Wait, so Deadpool counts as X-Men?
I mean, technically, yeah.
All right.
Because it's in the same universe. They mentioned Wolverine.
Yeah, and since it's bought out from Disney, it's not like we're gonna get another one.
They go to the X Mansion in Deadpool 2. He knocks on the door. You know.
Oh yeah, he does do that. All right.
So you got X-Men.
It's crazy.
X-Men low key trash. The first one. But we ain't gonna do that. I'm talking about from grown up lens now. To 2000, Olin was like, this is tight. But now it's like, yo,
It's the greatest movie ever.
X-Men 2 is probably the best out of all of them.
We pay our respects to X-Men because if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have gotten X-Men 2, which is the best one.
Yeah, the X-Men 2 is that's the best you're gonna get. That's the best Wolverine you're gonna see, besides Logan, but that's the best Wolverine you're gonna get in that type of movie for PG-13. X-Men: The Last Stand.
I saw that movie in theaters.
One word, the best way to describe it is Cyclops glasses floating in the air. It's like, yeah, they did that to you, bro.
Yeah.
Leader.
That is all quantity over quality. That is the one problem I've had with this franchise is that it has been quantity over quality.
It's the first time. This was the X-Men: Last Time is the first time they fucked up the Phoenix storyline.
Yeah.
We'll get to the other one later. That's coming. Don't worry. I know this is why you came here. I know.
We're going to get up for
We're
that.
gonna get there. Trust me. You know it's trash. We're getting there.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But there's another trash movie I gotta talk about. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, when this came out, after The Last Stand, because there was a rumor after The Last Stand that they were gonna stop making X-Men movies and focus more on like prequels and
Yeah.
they had started. It was like, we're going to do Origins Magneto. This is a real thing. There was actually an X-Men Origins Magneto, which actually turned into X-Men First Class, but we'll get to that. So it was Origins Wolverine and Origins Magneto. So they kind of scrapped the Magneto and went with Origins Wolverine. Now, anybody that knows the space, that if you're in this type of space with us, then you know about the torrent days and all that. When the X-Men Origins Wolverine unfinished movie popped out on the net.
Oh, God. Yep.
And you seen
None of the VFX had been finalized in the torrent copy. So it is just hilarious because the storyline is already just bonkers.
Yeah.
But them having to pretend to do half the stuff they do in that movie with a bonkers story is just
Like the beginning of the movie, it shows like the credits, it like shows like animatronics, and then it goes to live action, then it goes in like green screen. Like it's kind of tight though, like to see how movies are made.
yeah.
And then, but yeah, that movie's trash. They ruined Deadpool.
I saw that in the theaters
Yeah,
as
they
well.
ruined Deadpool, and like, yeah, that was some thought that was the end of X-Men movies. You
It
know
just
what I mean?
has that like Batman and Robin effect where it's like when
Yeah.
to little kids this is great, but to adults, oh
Yeah. And then after that, we get X-Men First Class, which I think is probably one of the best.
thank
movies.
God that
That
happened.
movie's great, man.
That
It's a
needed
great
to happen.
story, man. Who directed that? Get me right.
Is it Brian Singer or
No, he
Matthew
did not.
Vaughn or
Matthew
Brett
Vaughn.
Rat?
Yeah, Matthew Vaughn. Yeah, Matthew Vaughn. Thank you. And who directs the Kingsman movies? So.
Yeah, the Kick-Ass and the
And
Kingsman.
Kick-Ass Kingsman. So this
Yeah.
is the first movie, well, second movie in the X-Men, but the first like X-Men movie not directed by Brian Singer, and it was good to me.
Yeah, that was a good thing because it was Brett Ratner did The Last Stand, and whoa boy.
I would
And
I would make a statement, but I'm not going to make that on air. But
let's just say X-Men was not his calling.
yeah, there's a lot of things not Brett Ratner's calling, but anyway. So next after that they get the Wolverine. It's an okay movie. Like it's a bounce back from the origins. You know, he's in Tokyo. You know what I mean? It's decent. I just didn't like he's like degenerating. I don't.
Yeah, it suffered from honestly, it just suffers from a forgettable plot.
Yeah, and the villain was forgettable. The chick, I forgot her name, her like mutant name, but she couldn't act. She could not act. She was terrible.
Because I mean, they did cool scenes like the bullet train fight scenes.
Mm-hmm. The train scene was like tight, yeah. But
it's just forgettable plot. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Poor Hugh Jackman.
I love the beginning though. Like when the bomb drops and he's covering the dude and he's getting like
the radiation
generating and burning like at the same time. Like that shit tight, bro. Yeah, but it got some tight spots in that movie, bro. And then next was well, I can't say that. The end all be all, the merging of eras. You got the First Class era merging with the original era with X-Men Days of Future Past. Some would say this is the best movie.
It's the last good X-Men movie
in the X-Men franchise. So you got to see a younger Magneto and young Professor X and an older Magneto all in the same movie. And some of them even had scenes together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
a good movie. I remember when this trailer came out, I was so fucking hyped for this. I was like, oh shit, this looks tight.
That's because, unfortunately, if you watched X-Men 3, you thought that was it. Like, the X-Men 3, what it was is like you loved the characters and the actors were fine. The story just went to shit.
Yeah.
That was... You were like, no, but I love Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Or, I love Magneto. I love Ian McKellen as Magneto. I love these people, Rogue, Iceman. I loved all of them. The story, though, is unforgivable. So when they did this, it was like, thank God we're acknowledging that group.
Yeah.
And they kind of redeemed themselves from X-Men 3. That was like the apology for X-Men 3.
And then after that, Deadpool comes out, classic. It just hit everything about sports. It was the highest grossing rated R movie when it, you know what I mean? I think until John Wick beat it, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I know Deadpool was the highest grossing rated R movie at that time.
It was different. It was something everybody needed.
I saw this right before. Where was he at? No, that was Deadpool too. Never mind.
Yeah, that was
X-Men Apocalypse. Trash. So we get
Oh boy.
introduced to the younger versions of Cyclops,
What's the name?
and
Kept
so
shoving
this is
Oscar
like,
Isaacs.
so I guess this is like in Days of Future Past was set in the 70s, right?
Right.
X-Men Apocalypse is supposed to be in the 80s. So this is what they were doing. It's a good concept. It's like 70s, 80s, and then when we get the Dark Phoenix, it's supposed to be 90s or something. But we're going to get the Dark Phoenix. But X-Men Apocalypse, trash. Magneto in the movie is like this in the air for 30 minutes in the
30
beginning.
minutes. He just
What are you doing?
that's it. Magneto is too badass to just be standing in the air.
The best
Well,
scene, the best scene in that movie is when his daughter dies. It's the best scene in the movie.
oh yeah. It's like
That's the best
they,
scene in the movie.
the sad part is they elaborate a little bit more on that kind of action in Dark Phoenix, but the rest of the movies it's just we'll get there. We'll get there, y'all. Trust me.
X-Men Apocalypse is trash. Like
I
they
mean,
ruined Apocalypse, bro. Like when him and Professor X are like fighting in their mind and shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
supposed to be tighter than it looked in the trailer. That shit, dude. Like I said, man, Oscar Isaac, great actor. You know what I mean? I think he
Yeah.
had just came off of Force Awakens. You know what I mean? This was like, so you know, this was his second big movie because Force Awakens came out in 2015. This came out in 2016. So Oscar Isaac, he's on his roll. You know what I mean? Because I remember Oscar Isaac when he was in like Body of Lies. With
Yeah, there we go.
you know, like, I can name some the Robin Hood movie. Now I can name some Oscar Isaac stuff y'all know, but you know, like so. Shout out to Oscar Isaac, but in this movie, bro, you should have took this, bro. You should have took this, bro.
I don't.
You're better acting than this, bro. They
Even
set
if
you up, bro.
quick
They set
check,
you
it
up,
still
bro.
doesn't.
You look like Mr. Ooze from the Power Rangers movie, bro. But that's not your fault. Because I remember when the first trailer came out, his skin tone was darker than that. Then they changed it when the movie came out. Because people complained like, "Yo, Apocalypse looks weird, bro." No, he was lighter. That's right. They made him darker.
No,
Which one was it? It was either or, one of those.
it wasn't better. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
And I don't want to sound like I'm ranting, y'all, but I remember watching this movie.
I saw it in the theater, so
This movie's trash. All right, next, Logan. Logan's great. Enough said. I'd recommend watching the black and white version if you like that type of cinema.
there's a black and white version.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to touch my TV; it just comes like that.
Yeah, it comes like that. Got to get on that, man. Yeah.
I've only seen Logan once, and it is a great movie. That is a lot to stomach when you're watching that movie because they make everything with so much gravity on that movie compared to the last movie that we just talked about. It's way more serious, way more heavier.
Nominated for an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, if I'm not mistaken. Logan. So it was one of the few comic book movies at that time nominated for an Oscar until Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture. Even though I think Logan should have been nominated for Best Picture, even though it wasn't.
I think to me that's like the biggest problem with the X-Men franchise is that there's so many good X-Men out there and there's so many good storylines, but when you have to cram it down a 2-hour feature, they get so caught up in that and they just like shoehorn and shove everything they can that the story gets disproportionate or even like completely thrown out the window. Right. So when they did Logan, it was like we can focus on Logan, and you know they didn't put too many mutants in that, thank God.
Yeah
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they focused on him. That was it.
Yeah. So after that, Deadpool 2. Now I saw this in the theater before I deployed in Winston-Salem. Well, I don't need to be telling my location, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I was at.
Outside.
And you know, me and a couple friends of mine went and saw it. I wasn't impressed. But it's not trash, but I wasn't impressed.
On this
Some
list,
of the jokes didn't work on me. So
on this list, it's 1% higher than the first one.
Yeah.
I
thought Deadpool would have had a higher Rotten Tomatoes than 65%. I thought it had higher than that. Maybe that's the audience score. I don't know. Well, maybe it's not. 65%. well, some people don't like their comedy was definitely not PC in both movies. So
I
if
was
you're
gonna
like one
say
of those like those, you're probably not gonna like Deadpool at all.
he was the he's definitely not holding back the punches
No.
in any of them.
And then finally, the final X-Men. I think this will be
Oh,
the last. This is the final Fox X-Men movie.
it's Olin's
Remember,
favorite
y'all.
right here.
These are all Fox. These are all Fox
Brushes
produced.
brushes his teeth with this shit.
Was Dark Phoenix,
Yep.
and oh boy, Jessica Chastain. Let me talk to you for a second. You're a great actress. How did they talk you into doing this movie? It makes me think. It made you look like a terrible actress.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
got
You were
no-
great in Molly's Game, but in this movie, you were trash. Holy. And
I don't know.
my girl from Game of Thrones, Sophia Turner,
Yeah, that's what
I didn't like your character like until like the last season. You used to get on my nerves in the really good season of Game of Thrones. But you're terrible as Jean Grey.
I don't even know what that movie was about.
Holy.
I watched it. I don't know what it was about. It was just
and old girl, I ain't forget
Yeah.
about you, Miss Phone It In now. Miss Phone It In X movies, Mystique. Raven.
hell. Don't get me
You-
wrong. Jennifer Lawrence wasn't in the beginning. Jennifer Lawrence was not a bad casting.
She was good. She was good in Days of Future Past. She was good in First Class. That's when she started getting Oscars, and it was like, oh, they wanted me to do another X-Men movie. All right, I'll phone it in. Apocalypse. I didn't want to be in the makeup.
I just want to let y'all know that in Dark Phoenix, she is not Mystique. She is Katniss Everdeen.
This movie's trash. They should have never made it.
She's just Katniss Everdeen throughout the whole movie.
Because the rumor before they made it was like the actors didn't want to come back. At least Jennifer Lawrence didn't want to come back. So I was like, yo, don't even make it, bro. Y'all just came off Apocalypse. Wasn't that good? Just
He'd be like Oscar Isaacs in Rise of the Skywalker. He was not about any of it. He said, I got a contract. I got to finish it out. And honestly, when you're watching this movie, for people that hadn't seen it, like when you're watching this movie, that's how it feels.
right.
Like you got some people that are like, no, we gotta keep it together. And then like the other half of the cast is like, can we just end this shit? And what gets me so mad is that some of the action sequences are what you were waiting for the whole entire series. Like that whole train sequence, Magneto is doing what you thought Magneto should have been doing the whole damn what you wanted to see in Apocalypse. He does it in this movie. He's just like pulling metal out the woodwork and shoving it in your face. Like, what's his name? I mean, I thought the young Cyclops was cool. Like the guy that plays they never give Cyclops a chance
Right.
ever. This whole movie is about Jean Grey. So as much as you want to see that your boy from Ready Player One be an awesome Cyclops,
it's going to take Disney to make the MCU to make a good X-Men when they respect the characters enough. You know what I mean? But I'm off that. So yeah, that's 21 and not 27 on their list, X-Men. Now number 20 is Barbershop. I didn't mean to laugh, y'all. I like Barbershop a lot. The first
tell
one.
you, Community's coming after you, boyfriend.
I
I like the first one.
I've seen the first two. I didn't watch Beauty Shop, and I didn't watch the one that came out a couple of years ago. I forgot they made that. But yeah, that's number 20, man. Shout out to Ice Cube, man.
It's like Ice Cube's Friday.
Yeah, so
trilogy.
that's 20th on their list. I don't know if that's better than Die Hard or Aliens, but I don't want to get no trouble from the community. You know what I'm saying? That's real. You know what I'm saying? My biasness. Now, number 19, they got Rocky. So you got Rocky, Oscar winning movie. Rocky, classic, no debating. Rocky 2, to me, classic. Not as good as the first one, but it's a continuation of the story.
That's the rematch.
Yeah, the rematch. Boom. Rocky 3. Now we're starting to get into the campiness a little bit. We got,
Rocky 3 was
Mr.
my
T,
favorite.
Mr. T. Pain. Like
He straight punched that dude in the face. He punched Mickey.
he killed Mickey, man. He killed
He
him,
killed
man. Low key, it was his fault.
I like
Low
Rocky
key.
3. I have reasons.
Rocky 3, Clubber Lang. Mr.
Rocky
T.
3 was good to me because Rocky 3, they were like, that was also when in that's the iconic beach running scene.
Yeah. That's a little,
But no, but for me, honestly, it's not the beach running scene that got me.
I'm
It's
about to say, I was like, hey man, hey.
no. If I'm right, that's when Rocky was doing all this commercial stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, you're not, you need to go back to your roots. Like you're like all of a sudden you're
Yeah, he came
in a ring with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And it took Clubber Lang to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. And then he's like, yo, I need some soul in me. Pause. But I need some soul in me. And he went down to see Apollo. Was like, yo, you got to get your rhythm right, homie. Like, that's why he whooping your ass, bro. You ain't got no rhythm. Get your footwork right. Like you said, it was running on the beach. And, you know, I think out of all the fights, it's not climactic because it's not long.
Right.
He whips Clubber Lang's ass in the end pretty quickly.
That's one of those things where they went so hard on the moral that it could have ended any way. Yeah. And so, because I don't like the fact that it's like, oh, he's getting tired. It was like, all right, but then let's go to the next one, Rocky 4.
Holy, now this is the one when Rocky fights communism, man. Straight on, man. Now this is the death of Apollo Creed. All right, now this is going to come back and play later on this list, which is great about this franchise. It's probably one of the few franchises that has better continuity if you take out one movie, just one movie. But we're going to get to that next. But Rocky 4, man, Drago, if he dies, he dies. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
This is the one they show on TBS like all the time.
All the time. In the burning heart. Yo, I love the soundtrack, bro.
No, the soundtrack's fire.
Yeah. I know all the songs, bro. But yeah, like even the montage song when he's thinking about Apollo Creed dying, right after the funeral.
Yeah, he's in the car.
Bike. He goes through the night and it's like, I forgot the song. I need to, but
no, that whole soundtrack.
It's a weird song to play, but it works. You know what I mean? But the song's soundtrack. But this is when Rocky was more like a pop. It was more pop then. It was like, Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 were more like dramas. Like they were, Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 are more. It was
more personal for 1 and 2.
And they're more like just like a sports movie at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's just montage.
Yeah. He's down.
These are the ones that I think Sylvester was directing. I think.
See, that makes so much sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
If it was
Rocky 4, I see here has 40%, and y'all liars. There's more than 40% like this movie, bro. Rocky 4 is that.
Everybody would. I believe there's a majority of people out there that believe Rocky 4 is Rocky 1.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
Because when I look at your list and you have Rocky 5, which is next, and that's at 55%, bullshit.
How,
bullshit.
Sway?
How? Rocky 5, all of a sudden, he can't talk anymore. He's got stupid again. He sounds like he sounded Rocky. He lost all his money.
And he's back to living he's in the ghetto. He's living in the slums again.
He's like talking like, and then that movie's trash.
The plot, it's like you saw what they were trying to do, but then it was just, and then this time he's taking it to the streets. Yeah, I think that's why people don't even mention Rocky 5 that much, because you're like, I don't even remember that. Yeah, because it didn't take place in the ring. The ring was the streets. The street fight. It's Def Jam Vendetta all over again.
So after that, it took a 16-year hiatus, and he brought back Rocky Balboa, and it's a continuation. This retcons Rocky 5 because there's no mention of it. It retcons Rocky 5.
That shit. That needed.
He doesn't. He's not rich, but he owns his own restaurant. Adrian's passed. Um, Burton Young hadn't passed yet. He was in this. Yeah, he was. Really?
Some of the black trainer.
No. Adrian's brother was in this, wasn't he? He wasn't
Oh,
dead yet.
Paulie. No,
Yeah,
yeah, I think.
Paulie, right? He was in this,
Paulie,
right?
no, I think he was in there.
Yeah, he was in
I
Rocky
don't know.
Balboa. I think.
I only saw that movie
I
once.
feel bad. I should notice. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was dead too.
Well,
I think.
that
Well,
was that was kind of the point of the story in this one. He was
yeah,
struggling to
yeah,
keep going,
yeah.
especially
But this
without
movie,
Adrian.
Antonio Tarver, famous boxer, actually played the boxer in this. Rocky Balboa is good, man. It got back kind of like it's like a hybrid of Rocky 2 and Rocky 3 as far as the tone. Um, and it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It was still believable him in the ring being that old, too.
Yeah, this was it was at the time it was a good way to finish it because Rocky 5 is not like the great what people felt like that wasn't the way you end
Yeah,
the legacy that was created prior. So he
yeah,
made Rocky Balboa, even though we were all like, "You sure, man?"
yeah. You look a little old, bro.
Definitely closes that door, or it closes. It served as a good end because honestly, nobody was expecting anything Rocky related to come out afterward.
Right. And by the way, y'all, Grudge Match is not part of the Rocky universe. All right,
Are
that's a
you sure?
standalone. That's a standalone film.
I thought that was like a what if scenario.
No, well,
I
Grudge
thought,
Match.
mm. No, I already knew. I already knew that wasn't one of them. I just being an idiot. That.
But all right, so then next we get Creed and Creed 2. I ain't got to tell anyone. Everybody knows this. I love Creed. I love Creed 2. Creed's great, man. That's a great movie, man.
Yeah, it was.
Sylvester Stallone got nominated for an Oscar. He should have won it, but old boy won it for that trash Spielberg movie, man. You know
Tom
what I mean?
Hanks?
No, Mark Rylance.
Oh,
He won it instead of Balboa, man. But Rylance was good in that movie, but whatever, man. I'm hating. Sylvester Stallone, man, he got nominated for an Oscar, man. This is a great movie, man. Great performances from both, man. Tessa Thompson was looking good. It's a good movie, man.
I love Tessa Thompson.
Yeah. Creed 2 was good. You got a serious Drago. We make Drago. Drago was like they made Drago look like comical and like he wasn't taken serious in Rocky 4, but in Creed 2, you know what I mean? Dolph Lundgren doing like a drama piece. He's acting, bro. He's acting in it.
I feel bad because Rocky 4 is the most memorable role that Dolph Lundgren was. If anybody, nobody, I don't know any other. I do know a couple of Dolph Lundgren movies, but for somebody that's not up on movies, you only know him from that movie, and he's way more than that. Yeah. So I'm glad they utilized him.
Yeah, he's actually got the act, and the dynamic between him and his son was even more powerful. Like you felt for the quote unquote antagonist, you felt for him. So at the end fight, when he throws the towel, it's like a call back to like so many movies, bro. It's a call back to the movie with him. Rocky, Creed 2 is better than y'all think, bro. Now, I was deployed when I watched this. The funny story, when we went to see Creed 2 the first time, I went by myself. They played Creed 1. And everybody's in there like, yo, this is the first one, bro. So,
wait.
Yeah. And,
they thought it was Creed 2? Or they just
said Creed 2. We're going to see Creed 2. We're sitting in Creed 2 at Bearing, right? And then they start playing Creed, the first movie. And everybody's looking at each other like, yo. And so they're like, oh, we ain't got the movie yet. So I came back 2 days, me and Villatoro, and we actually saw Creed 2.
That's when you got to look back like, what you mean you don't have it yet? How you going? That's false advertisement.
Yeah.
You do know this is Creed, right?
All right, so that's Rocky at 19. 18, James Bond. I mean, I'm not going through all these movies.
No, James Bond is pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean,
Not to mention that it's a lot of forking movies.
yeah.
I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
No shame.
James
Some
Bond,
of them
I
are.
mean, there's nothing bad you can say about James Bond. Even the bad movies still have something good in them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you could
Pierce
take your pick
Brosnan's
with
still
there.
my favorite because I have a soft spot for GoldenEye, even though I don't think he has the best movies.
Nah, unfortunately,
But
he was.
GoldenEye and probably Tomorrow Never Dies is probably his best two. I don't know. The other two are trash, but
It became
I'm
like music video fodder.
yeah. But, you know, these are if you look up like the best order to watch James Bond movies, they actually have an order, like they do with Star Wars. Like there's a way you can watch it to where it all. If you put that they're all the same, right?
Hmm.
They're all 007, right? And like it doesn't matter who the actor is. So obviously you would start off with Casino Royale. That's not the way you did it. Last time I looked at it, and then they kind of there actually is a way to watch it in order. I don't know where I was at. I think it's a YouTube video, but they break it down as like the order that all these movies would go in to watch them in order.
Golly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's on their list. It's in the top 20 out of the 27. I would think it would be top 10. I mean, it's probably one of the most famous on this list.
Speaking of, they delayed. I mean, that thing's been delayed forever. But he's doing his last one, isn't he?
Yeah. What's it called?
Um, not a day to die or something like that. Not the time to die. Somebody's dying.
Never
They
Die.
delayed it.
We'll get
It's not Never Die Alone.
No, that's
You know
that's a DMX movie.
That's
With David Arquette.
that's definitely not a James Bond movie. It's clearly not a James Bond movie. Oh boy.
David
Let's,
Arquette, DMX.
Oh god.
Or is it never? It is Never Die Alone. Is it?
No, it's Never Die Alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Never Back Down's the UFC fighting movie.
But yeah. I like Daniel Craig's James Bond. Like I told you, Casino Royale. I just watched that. That thing's good, man. It made me want to watch Quantum of Solace right after I was like, yo, like I want to watch Quantum of Solace now. Like it's that good. Like it makes you want to watch. And then when you watch Quantum of Solace, it's like, damn, they ruined this alley. It's crazy. Martin Campbell, the director of GoldenEye, he also did Casino Royale. Just tidbit. He made two good, like with two different James Bonds, but he directed two different.
He said I gotta redeem myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta show him I'm capable of doing more.
Yeah. He also directed Green Lantern, but
we don't go there. We don't go there.
All right. So above James Bond, they got Batman.
Of course.
I mean, you got to do it. You know what I mean? Because
you have to.
Batman's been like, I mean, low key, the first four are all in the same universe. Wait, yeah, the first four.
Shoot.
Well, not the first four. Not Batman 66, but Batman 89 to Batman and Robin. Sorry, but yeah.
That odd transformation.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more into Batman. I mean, everybody knows those.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we're not gonna go deep dive until like maybe the Batman movie comes out, and then we can go deep dive, and then we can kind of break down like the best Batmans because we're gonna have a good size of different actors. Batman is low key like James Bond now. So many different actors play Batman. You got Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, now Robert Pattinson. So you got a lot.
It echoes through the generations.
Yeah, you got a lot of cinematic. I'm about to say James Bonds, but Batman's. So yeah, they got that.
It's just James Bond with a mask.
I don't know if I put that over James Bond in a whole, but Batman's more popular. I don't know. Well, yeah. So they have a tie at 16. Hannibal Lecter.
And Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. And then Planet of the Apes. Now
Hannibal Lecter.
You got Manhunter with whatchamacallit? Brian. Brian. Oh, I'm
I
blanking
am
on his
not
name.
familiar with this one.
Yeah, but this is a original one. And then with Brian, let me get my phone out. He plays. He's an X-Men too. I used to know his name, Brian. He's also in that Succession. Brian.
I'll say most people are familiar with Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, but
I don't know
Manhunter.
about like.
Yeah, it's a 92%. It's directed by Michael Mann.
Oh, so this guy. Okay, it's the guy
Yeah,
that plays William Stryker in X
Brian
Men Two.
Cox. Yeah, Brian Cox. Everybody's supposed to know who Brian Cox is. He's like one of the famous like character actors ever. He's like in everything, bro. But yeah, he was he was the original Hannibal Lecter in the Michael Mann version, Manhunter. And then you get Silence of the Lambs. Everybody's seen that. I think it's one of the few movies to win what? Win in every category, in every acting, in every major category. It won at the Oscars. So
Hello, Clarice.
yeah. Then you got Hannibal. I think that's the one with Julianne Moore, right? As
Yes.
Clarice, Red Dragon.
Red
That's
Dragon
Ray
was.
Fiennes. Ray Fiennes
Was
is in that as like some other character. He's the
yeah,
Red
he's.
Dragon. Say Fiennes is the Red Dragon.
I was gonna say yeah, he is the antagonist. He is
Yeah.
the Red Dragon.
And then I didn't see Hannibal Rising. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, it's honestly it's weird to call it a franchise, but it is a franchise. But it's just
you use the same actor in almost all of them, except for the first one.
there's this franchise has like major gaps
Yeah. Like the
unless you
timelines is
stayed
all
up on it.
screwed because I think Red Dragon, he's not arrested yet. He's like helping the police, right? Right.
Correct.
So, yeah. They got a TV series based off Hannibal Lecter now. So,
Apparently, it's pretty solid.
yeah. So that's tied at 16 with Planet of the Apes. Now, which Planet? All right. So they're putting all these together. Interesting.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but like I didn't.
I wouldn't do that. I would put the original ones together, and then I would separate them with the new ones that came out because they're totally.
So,
I don't think they're in the same universe at all.
I was gonna say first, like the Tim Burton version doesn't count for anything.
No, that doesn't count. That shouldn't even be on this list. That one
But
is trash. Whoa.
They paid.
They had so
First of
many
all,
big name actors playing apes and gorillas.
Tim Burton is the
He went
director.
practical too. Shout out to him though. You know, he tried to say, I don't really
With
have
Marky
too much
Mark.
to say. I'll be honest, but I've seen the original Planet of the Apes, but I haven't watched all these. I'll be honest.
No, I haven't seen him either.
I've seen the original, and I've seen all the new ones, but I'm not really Planet of the Apes is not really
Like,
my thing. So I don't have no tie to it. Like to put it at 16 above like Die Hard or James Bond, Batman, like it doesn't mean that much to me. This would be in my low tier, to be honest with you. But that's my opinion as far as franchises. You know what I mean? But it's influential. You know what I
no,
mean?
it's definitely a good series. I mean, if that's your shit, that is your shit. And I've seen the first two or three. Scratch that. I've seen the first 2 or 3 of the new wave of Planet of the Apes. They're actually,
I saw
if that's
all 3 of
how,
them. Yeah.
no, they're actually really good. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I liked Rise. I liked Dawn. I didn't like what is it, War?
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes. I didn't like how the villain got killed. But I didn't like how Woody Harrelson got killed in that. It was weird.
We'll
But,
come back to it.
Yeah. So,
We'll do a review on that one.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind because I don't remember that one.
So we're getting into the top 15 basically. Star Trek. So
Woo!
I'm not going through all these movies. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm a Star Wars guy, so I'm biased anyway. But Wrath of Khan, the original Star Trek. Which one? I like Generations, First Contact. You got to be into this, man. Star Trek, you got to be into that. Me, I'm not into that, bro. I'm a Star
Low
Wars guy,
key.
bro. But
Star Trek's actually decent, but yeah, you're right. You got to be into it, but it actually is really good.
yeah.
I
So
grew up watching that. Go ahead.
I think where it is on in the top 15, I think it should be up this high because a lot of people love this, and there are some good movies, even if you don't like Star Trek. You know what I mean? So, or not a big fan of it. But go
I
ahead, I
do
didn't mean to
think.
cut you off.
No, you're fine. The thing I remember with Star Trek. I mean, I don't. It's almost blasphemy to say this, but in relations to Star Wars, because everybody gets them confused a little bit from time to time. But Star Trek is there. It's not Captain Kirk throughout the whole series of Star Trek. Some people, like, I grew up in the Picard era, which is Patrick Stewart.
Right.
I knew of Captain Kirk, but I didn't grow up with Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I was Picard. Yeah.
When they did the new one with Chris Pine, that was pretty good for people that haven't even jumped into Star Trek. That's a good jumping point right there.
Yeah, it's a good way to like get into it. But it has a lot of Star Wars influences in it. So, Star Trek fans notice that more than, like, this isn't Star Trek.
I'll definitely say was it Into the Darkness? No.
Beyond.
Was it Beyond?
Yeah.
The last one they did was actually really good. That was actually more in tune with the typical Star Trek.
Yeah, I like that one. That was the one where Idris Elba was like the antagonist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't like Into Darkness, but I liked Star Trek Beyond, and I like the original, not the original, but the 2009 Star Trek. 2009, we gotta revisit that year. There's a lot of good movies came out 2009. If you go back, 2009.
So, 2009 is pretty solid.
Yes, solid year.
Star Trek was that was a good Star Trek. That was good because, like I said, that one, if you're not used to either Captain Kirk or just Star Trek in general, it was a good jump off point. Like, this is what you can expect from a Star Trek episode. Obviously not the ones from like 79 because it's a TV show as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the humor, the dialogue, the tone, and like how the story goes, it's like, oh, this is why this isn't Star Wars, and it's actually pretty decent, and I can see why people would be hyped for it. So, whoa.
But yeah, Star Trek. Shout out Zoe Saldana too, man. She did Avatar and Star Trek same year.
We lost. Really?
Yeah, they both came out 2009.
We lost. What's his name?
Oh,
the Russian kid. There was a guy that was playing. The kid that was.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, Chekhov.
Right. We lost him. He died earlier.
Yeah.
For that third movie.
Yeah, rest in peace.
So
13 Millennium series. Oh, this is like the girl with the dragon tattoo and all that.
Yeah, the girl.
I'm not. It depends which version you like. What these? This is high, man. 13. I guess they're basing it off the Rotten Tomato average.
Spiderweb was good.
I didn't see that. Was it good?
No, that's definitely entertaining. Dragon Tattoo, I remember it was controversial because I don't even know what that was controversial for.
Well, the fact that they made it right at like 2 years after the original version came out.
Mm-hmm.
Then David Fincher never made another one. They wouldn't give him. I like the one with Daniel Craig. They never gave him another one, man. And then it was like it just sat there. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't check out Spider's Web. I was like, I kind of wanted to see the Daniel Craig version move on, but so that's what detracted me from it. But, I mean, that's at 13. I don't want to spend too much on it. But.
Yeah, number 12 is Ocean's 11.
Hey, here we go. This is your lane. Oh, but they show Ocean's 8 as the picture.
Is this a franchise? Is it really?
I mean, it's 4 movies. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 8. I mean, it's a franchise. They went above. I mean, Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8 has characters that's in the other 3.
It expands on the universe. So I guess
I don't know if it should be this high with only 4 movies. But,
a little bothered by that. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. It's good, but I never thought it was a franchise. I just thought it was just good movies.
I mean, they're all. I mean, what's your definition of a franchise? It's a group of movies that tell us the same story or expand on a story that was created in the first movie. So if we started at Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12 expands on Ocean's 11, Ocean's 13 expands on Ocean's 12, then Ocean's 8 is built off all 3 with mentions of characters, with one of the characters related to character from the first 3. So
It's like a
in a
quality over quantity kind of
yeah,
thing.
it's just they don't have that many movies. You know what I mean? So
Oh boy. The next one on this list is the Muppets.
yeah, we're skipping that. Shout out the Muppet Christmas Carol is the only one I care about, bro.
I mean, it's Muppets is
I mean,
obviously a
there's plenty of
franchise,
Muppets. Yeah, the Muppets are a lot of good Muppets movies.
but
Um,
wow,
nah, I don't care.
we can skip that. That one kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's the Muppets. That's at 11. So we're going to the top 10, and they're starting off with it's a 10, a tie at 10.
Tiebreakers
Spider-Man
and
and Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
Wow.
Wow.
These were the ones they chose to do the tiebreaker for.
Spider-Man and all right.
And Indiana Jones. Could you get any more? All right. You know what? Let's just roll with it. Let's do it.
All right, so let's break this down. All right, so I'm gonna break this down a little differently. So you got Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Crystal Skull, and I'll pick 4 movies to go up against that out of Spider-Man, so we can be fair here. I'm gonna pick Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm gonna choose Spider-Man
Far
Far
from
From Home.
go
Yeah,
Far
those are
from
my
home.
4.
Just go with that one.
I'm gonna choose those 4 to go up against those 4. And
We respect.
I think Indiana
So-
Jones still wins. But
The first Spider-Man was okay. It's like X-Men. We respect it because it's
Yeah.
the first that
Right.
gave
The
us
OG.
Spider-Man 2, which Spider-Man 2 is the GOAT.
yeah, Spider-Man 2 is the best. Just like X-Men, the
Just-
second movie was the best one. Great villain and a great storyline with the heroes. That's Tobey
Everything
Maguire's best
afterward-
performance as Spider-Man.
Every other Spider-Man after that one, it's like we just wanted to see something new. Like it wasn't even. I don't even think I like doing Homecoming was okay because we needed something for the big picture, the bigger picture. Far From Home was cool because we finally got like Mysterio. Like that's what I'm saying. Whenever I go to see a Spider-Man movie now, it's just kind of like, who's the villain? Oh, we kind of saw him in the last movie. I don't really want to see it that much. But
Spider-Man 3, I remember when that came out. Like, they showed the symbiote Spider-Man, the black suit. I was like, oh, this movie about to be
saw that in
tight.
theaters.
They ruined Venom. Topher Grace's Venom. That was already a red flag. I should have known better.
There were so many red flags that I heard that there was supposed to be so much more from that. That was supposed to be the jump off. And because they were denied so many things, I'm not going to say they decided to botch the movie, but they didn't put as much effort.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Spider-Man 4. I think 3 and 4 were supposed to kind of run together. Like most trilogies end, or not trilogies, but the climax always ends with like a 2-parter. You know what I mean?
That might have went way over budget in the planning, and they were like, "No, it stops at 3." And so he was like, "Okay," because anybody that's actually watched, it's just like Batman and Robin. When you're a little kid and you're watching it, you're like, "Oh my god, they got all these cool things." When you're an adult, you're like, "I went to the theaters to see this."
Yeah. And then they took a 5-year hiatus, made the Amazing Spider-Man. Now I liked the first one.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Wow. Okay. All right. I liked it. Andrew Garfield, he sold it. I like the dynamic between him and
Emma Stone
as Mary Jane. Like, it worked for me, man. Like, what can I say, bro? Like, it worked. Like, I
I was
like seeing the lizard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was glad to see a new villain, and I was
Yeah.
glad to see a different, not a MJ, and just a different dynamic. But
Yeah.
I don't go back to it.
Oh, right. It wasn't. It wasn't. She was playing Mary Jane, wasn't
No,
she? No, she was. She was.
she
What's
was
it
Gwen
called?
Stacy.
That's right, Gwen Stacy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tripping, bro. Sorry. Sorry.
So
She blonde hair. That's right. That's right. They went with that storyline. My fault.
right. That was what made it. That's what made it. That's the only thing that made it interesting to me. I was like, oh, so it's not MJ. Great. It's not. They did the lizard finally, and then they did the second one, and I went to the theaters to watch that. I
The
don't know.
second one. I actually liked the end of the second one when they actually commit to killing Gwen Stacy. I was like, oh shit, y'all followed the comic book. Like,
Yeah,
shout out to y'all for doing that.
I mean, that whole second one was I hate to say it because then I started reevaluating whether I'm even supposed to like these movies. Like that whole second one is like for kids. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like the action and the it's colorful as heck. All the action happens, like the action's pretty decent. But
I mean, if that movie would have been good, man, they could have really changed the game, man. Going to like Sinister Six, because they were setting it up in the trailers, man. That little man in the hat was going through the room, and you see all the little cases of like everybody's like
Sinister Six.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, trust me. They got. No, I know. I thought it was funny that blended to it. Yeah, they had Doc Ock. They had the Vulture.
Yeah.
They had, they had the thing to signal Craven. Yeah.
I was like, dang, man, but y'all just couldn't stick the landing, man. Y'all put too many villains in the Spider-Man 2, man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Like they didn't learn from Spider-Man 3.
Exactly, bro.
Not to mention they shoehorned Green Goblin in there.
Why?
And it wasn't. I wasn't impressed by the design. And then the Rhino came in at the end. Oof.
Oh, that movie had so much promise, bro. Because I don't know if they showed it in a movie, but there's a deleted scene, or there is how Norman Osborn looked, as how he looked. Because I don't think they ever showed him in the theatrical version.
He was
but
dying.
they had like, this is how he would have looked, and that shit looked creepy as a motherfucker, man. Like they actually turned him into a goblin. The way they were changing his makeup and everything. Like, I would have been interested. Oh man, they had good ideas. That's when Sony had good ideas. They just couldn't stick the landing, bro. Like, Spider-Man: Homecoming. I don't really want to include this in Spider-Man, but I guess you got to. But because it's MCU to me. But I didn't like Homecoming, man. It was okay, man. I like my Spider-Mans a certain way. I like my Spider-Mans with confidence, man. I don't like the day one joints, man, with Spider-Man.
It's high schooly.
Yeah, that's just me, man. It's just the Spider-Man I'm used to.
It was a Spider-Man for the times. This Spider-Man is the one that works for this generation.
Yeah.
That's what's funny about watching, and it's like that with any of these franchises. That's what's funny about watching them is when you see a different actor, you're like, oh wow, people really went for that back then. Yeah, it lets you know what it was like back then. Like, yeah, we can do that.
Right.
We was feeling that one.
And then Far From Home, I liked it. Jake Gyllenhaal, he did his thing. You know what I mean? It's straight. It's about a numbers MCU movie, but it works for me. I mean, I wasn't opposed to it. I wasn't thinking it was trash. I actually like that better than Homecoming. So that's me.
Yeah, I like that one better than Homecoming.
Gyllenhaal, man, you got to get you an Oscar one day, man. I just watched Nightcrawler the other day. He was good as fuck in that.
You just now seen that one?
I watched it again.
Okay.
Like I ain't seen this in a while.
No, that movie's good as shit.
Yeah. I was like, damn, man, you ain't won no Oscar yet, bro.
That motherfucker lost his shit.
Yeah, man.
It scared the hell out of me.
It was just, I had a moment though, because when it ended, I was like, I thought he got caught at the end. So I guess I was like, yo, it ends like this? I was a little mad. I was like, I need like another 30 minutes of this, bro.
That moment when the villain from Spider-Man is with the villain from Venom. And he kills. Oh.
I'm surprised they didn't include Venom in this Spider-Man verse. But
honestly, it's the only reason. It's one of the only few reasons people still hold on to Spider-Man movies. Like maybe they'll put Venom in this one. No, man. but they're slowly answering that one. So
Indiana Jones. I don't have to say much about these, man.
no,
You got
that
three great movies, man. And
don't
then you
forget
got
your favorite one.
Yeah, and then
Don't
Kingdom
forget.
of the Crystal Skull. You know what I mean? It's trash. I mean,
Uh,
everybody knows that though. You
It's
know,
okay.
this is a George Lucas written, Steven Spielberg directed.
I wonder
Let me
if
stop
they
this.
were
George
like,
Lucas produced, written, produced. Steven Spielberg directed, and it's bad.
I feel like they had different visions, but they were like, this is what works now. And it's like, yeah, but that sucks, but it works now. And they threw it in this movie.
My thing is like,
That's what works.
my thing is this has like that prequel juice on it, like the Star Wars prequel juice
Mm-hmm.
on this, and you would think Steven Spielberg would be able to be like, "Yo, George, I know what I'm doing," but he wasn't able to do that with this. It was like, yo, he let George like, hey, you want these flying little monkeys and shit? Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And for that, folks, we have a perfectly good scene of Shia LaBeouf swinging with the monkeys.
I think Spielberg was like, hey, man, this is what he wanted. I'm here to direct. You know, this time, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
He said, I just want to do more Oscar bait.
yeah.
This was my fucking this is the movie that gives me the fucking ticket. All right.
Was our first podcast? Was it our first podcast? I made a statement. I said he hasn't had a good movie since like right after this. Like this is like the end of Steven Spielberg's career. One more.
He stopped making like commercial movies and he started making Oscar baits and Bridge of Spies and stuff.
This was like the beginning of end for him. So,
all right.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. It's still good. And next, Star Wars.
Can we talk about how they went from 10 and then skipped to 8?
Oh no, because 10 was a tie, so they're counting 10, 10, 10. So they're counting at 10, 9.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Everybody. So then Star Wars.
Star Wars is 8. Yeah. Star Wars
speaks for itself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get to.
I'm gonna say that one.
We're gonna have a Star Wars like conversation one day, and I get more in depth. But I'm just saying, this is the original Star Wars, great movie. Empire Strikes Back, great movie. Return of the Jedi, great movie. Episode 1 has some great scenes in it. It's misunderstood. Attack of the Clones is trash, but it has some good lore stuff in there. I'm a lore guy. It has some good lore stuff in there.
Shit makes me
but the
laugh.
movie's trash.
The funny thing about the prequels that the prequels are like, you might lose some friends. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's what makes me laugh. Now that we have 3 full trilogies of Star Wars, it's like the prequels is that mid ground, even though it's the prequels. It's like, which one did you like though? It's like, I don't know if we could be friends if you like this one. I like all of them, but man,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
Attack of the Clones is the worst. I don't know. It's between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Rise of Skywalker. Was the worst two. That's the worst movie. But Phantom Menace gets more because it's nostalgic, and then the Darth Maul fight saves it at the end. So it saves it. Attack of the Clones really ain't got much. I mean, there's stuff I like in there, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi, like detective storyline. I like that because he's actually going out doing shit. But as an all, you spend too much time with Hayden and Natalie, and they have no chemistry.
Yeah.
No.
They just.
But we'll get into that later. Revenge of the Sith.
Cutting pairs with the Force.
Revenge of the Sith is a great movie, man. I don't give a fuck what you say.
No, Revenge of the Sith. That was the shit.
I went to the movies to see that.
I did too.
That was Hayden Christensen's best performance.
I think that was the first time I binge watched a thing.
Yeah. If you watch it in order, you would watch it Revenge of the Sith, then you would watch Rogue. You would watch Han Solo really first, and then you would watch Rogue One.
Right.
Han Solo's trash. Solo, a Star Wars movie story, trash. Rogue One is great. Rogue One's good.
I think Solo was good if it's not a Star Wars. If you don't look at it as a Star Wars movie.
But they call it a Star Wars story. So
Uh,
it's trash.
Thank you again. Going back to the 3-star.
Yes. If it's not a Star Wars story,
Like,
but the title says
yeah,
Solo, a Star Wars story. No, it's not.
it's a solo Star Wars.
The deep fake though was tight.
Yeah, props to the guy that did that deep fake. That's what we saw in our minds.
Matter of fact, I'll talk about Solo right now because I don't plan to talk about it in our Star Wars conversation. We're going to talk more about the trilogy and stuff. Solo is trash. All right. I'm going to tell you why it's trash. The actor, I feel bad for you, bro. You know, it's not your fault. I mean, there was a lot of rumors coming out that you needed an acting coach on set. Maybe because he was trying too hard to emulate Harrison Ford. But that's not your fault. They should have never made this movie. I want to see the Phil and Lord version.
Yeah, I wanted to know.
I want to see that version. I know it's not. It doesn't exist, even though they reshot almost the whole fucking movie. So maybe it does exist, just unedited. But I would love to see like the tone they had, you know. But once again, Khaleesi, you know, if it's not Game of Thrones, you look, you know. I don't blame you, you know. It's not your fault, I guess, you know. But and then you shoehorn Darth Maul in at the end, which makes no fucking sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Why does he open his lightsaber?
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like that whole movie acted on like no, it was just this whole separate story, and then you had to throw in things like Darth Maul for whatever reason to be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is canon to Star Wars. Other than that, it's just like it's just a guy that's trying to find his way.
You're in a hologram. We know it's you, but for the audience, just in case you don't know, see? Bzz, bzz. Oh, why?
Houseway.
But then again, if you go to Rise of Skywalker logic, he could probably send it through the hologram. But we're gonna get to that. Well, not today, but some other time. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, so that's trash. But Rogue One, I like that. You know what I mean?
No, Rogue One was good. I don't know why.
I finally got to see Vader. Like,
yeah, instead of an animated version, we got to see him live for a brief moment. That was worth it. No, that was just Rogue One was definitely just made differently. It was not meant. It doesn't even start off the same. I got those as loafers. It doesn't even start off the same. It doesn't even start off like any of them. It was like, no, this is not. They're building off. What's funny is they're going more in that direction now. We'll get into that. I don't want.
Yeah, we're not gonna like because I can speak an hour about this. But yeah, you know, so that's. I mean, it deserves to be in the top 10. It's one of the most highest grossing. You know what I mean? My interesting is this is at number 8. What's above it? I'm thinking. Let's make a guess. I'm guessing maybe Godfather, Jurassic Park.
No, you're not gonna like it.
I'm not gonna like it.
Because I already went through it.
The Hunger Games is above Star Wars, my nigga. I mean, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I did not mean to say that.
Now we have to put a disclaimer.
Yes.
Now we have to put a disclaimer on these podcasts. I'm laughing because like that really pissed you off that Hunger Games came after Star Wars. I mean, I was saying Hunger Games. Yeah, it goes above Godfather. It goes above. Oh Lord.
Sorry about my language. That was like Ryan knows that's like my like persona like off camera. I just
Oh.
I had a moment, forgot the camera's recording. I'm sorry.
To be honest with you, I don't even want to go through the Hunger Games. I've seen them all.
Yeah.
They're good. I'm pretty
they're
sure.
not bad movies, except for Mockingjay.
Yeah.
Mockingjay Part 2.
Yeah, if you want to fight me over the fact that I ain't go in on Hunger Games, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it should not be above Star Wars. Whatever, man. I'm skipping that shit.
It works, but honestly, it's because we're coming off of these franchises that have like at least 5 movies, 4 to 5 movies. I
You
mean,
can't put Hunger Games together. I think that's your same thing you had with like Ocean's 11. It's only if you don't count Ocean's 8, it's only 3 movies. You know what I mean? So
I can't. They're good movies. I actually like some, but
I like the first 2 actually the most.
All right, so the next one
Is the MCU.
Oh god, honestly, I feel like with that one we need to have a separate.
Yeah, that's a separate. Because I want to break down the MCU and tell you it's probably not as good as you think it is.
I know we should probably elaborate more, but the list,
Yeah,
all of
I'll
these
just go
have.
through the movies and we'll go through the MCU. MCU will be later. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man,
Yeah,
Iron Man
that's
2, Thor,
they're bringing everybody in here.
Captain America, the First Avenger, the Marvel's Avengers,
Yeesh.
Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World. Like low key, like the first Phase 1 is trash. If you step back and not be like
No, I agree.
Phase 1 is the worst movies out of. Phase 2 is probably the second.
They said we have to do this if we want to get to the bigger picture.
Yeah. Like you could take a lot of these movies out. Like when I binge watch the MCU, I skip Incredible Hulk, I skip Iron Man 2, I skip Iron Man. I don't watch it so many times I don't need to see it. But if I need to watch this, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna watch Iron Man, Thor, the First Avenger, the Avengers. I'm skipping Iron Man 3, Dark World. Then I watch Winter Soldier, Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. Depending on how I feel, I might skip Age of Ultron.
I always skip Age of Ultron.
Depending on how I feel, I might watch Ant Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange. Sometimes I skip Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. I skip Homecoming. I'll skip Thor Ragnarok.
I
Sometimes
skipped
I'll
all the
skip
Thor
Black
movies.
Panther. I watch Infinity War. I skipped Ant-Man and the Wasp. I watched Captain Marvel.
To be fair, Ant-Man and the Wasp was actually really good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a movie I don't need to see again.
Captain Marvel, you can skip that one.
Yeah.
Y'all can fight me.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's too
Y'all
much
can fight me.
It's too much of her in it.
I hope they do get to see this because all I can it's just too much. I don't know what that means. I'm only hoping maybe the audience will know what that means, but I'm confused.
It's like a point. I don't know. It's too much of too much of Brie Larson in it. Like her personality, bro.
I got it. That's fine.
Yeah, MCU as number 8 or number 6.
We'll make a whole separate and we'll let y'all know about that one.
We'll do a Star Wars one because I know y'all want to see. Everybody wants to know everybody's opinions on certain, like Star Wars, MCU, things like that. So after that is the Bourne franchise.
I've seen the first 3. I did see Legacy. It's not bad, but I know it's like because we grew up like as they were being made. To me, it's like Ocean's 11. I don't know how to.
Nah, but all right. So I grew up 2002. I'm going into my junior year in high school, so I'm pretty old enough when this comes out. Bourne Identity, tight. Seeing Matt Damon, you know what I mean? Because my favorite Matt Damon movie up to 2002 was probably The Talented Mr. Ripley. I'm a weirdo. I like different movies, but
all right.
Yeah. So digging in the crates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking you. It's just like
I was gonna say Legend of the Back of Ants.
Oh God, no.
But
I mean, Good Will Hunting, I guess.
Well, yeah, Bourne Identity was good, man. Bourne Supremacy is good. Like the thing about those movies, like he has his girlfriend with him, and then when she dies, it's kind of like in the first one. Is it the first one or the second one? Yeah, it's the first one. I haven't watched these movies in a long time, but I've seen them so many times as a kid. The Bourne Ultimatum, most people say is the best out of all the first 3, and then the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner
Hmm.
is. I don't know why they made that.
He was filling in that gap. There's the
I felt bad for him, bro.
it's like the Tokyo Drift of Bourne.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fast and Furious is coming up, isn't it? This Fast and Furious better not be number one.
You know what's funny? That's not even on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was so the next one that comes after is well, that's kind of strange, but it's Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
That's
it's funny, we just talked about this before we got on camera, but you look at the Rotten Tomato score, Mission Impossible 1, it's the same as Mission Impossible 2. But I feel like Mission Impossible is better than people think. I don't know why people didn't really. I don't know. Is that a thing? The first Mission Impossible was bad, like the first two.
no, the first one. The second one is cheesier than the first one. Like the first one is the scene where the helicopters in the train and like you know that's
or the iconic. He's falling and he has to catch himself before he hits the floor and shit. And
yeah.
you know.
That movie, I think the first one was good because it was like, I see what y'all are trying to do, and it's amazing what you were able to actually pull off with what you had. And the story's actually really good. The second one was like, yeah, we know what we did. We're cool. And I remember the second one.
Yeah, I hated that one, man. He got long hair, and he's like, it's all this slow mo.
He's like rock.
Granted, it's John Woo, but come on, bro. Like
he's free climbing
the doves and shit. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, dubs.
Andy Newman was looking good, though.
Yeah, it was
good, though.
Cheesy.
But yeah, Mission Impossible 3 is great. Like, rest in peace, Philip Seymour Hoffman, man. Great villain, bro. Great villain, bro.
Yeah.
And then, like, right here, it goes into, like, the Fast and Furious thing where it gets better with age. You know what I mean? It's like Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation,
bigger
Fallout.
stunts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exotic cars, more crews.
Yeah. Like, back to the news, like, they just started reshooting the new one. Not reshooting, but starting shooting.
Yeah.
And,
this is Tom Cruise's baby.
They're starting off with, like, the most dangerous stunt he's supposed to do. That's the first thing they're going to get out the way. It's like, dang, Tom.
He's always doing, because that's his highlight in every movie. It's like there's that one thing he does that's like, no, he really did that. Like Fallout was when he jumped out of the airplane with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And then the other one was when he held on to the C-130 as it took off. Stuff like that. The other one is when he was in the sand. The sandstorm. Or no, not. It wasn't the sandstorm. It was when he was climbing. He used the suction cups to climb up that skyscraper.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they were like, "This is the stunt he's doing now." The good thing about it is it's a spoiler, but it's not a big spoiler. Meaning like that's his big stunt, but it tells me nothing about the movie, which is more exciting. It's like, what the hell were you doing there? It's better than rock climbing.
That was weird.
It's that Mission Impossible 2, y'all. It's that 59%. So that's definitely good fun, especially if you're just looking for something out of something that's not too tense as James Bond.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. Shout out Mission Impossible in the top 5. And above that, obviously, Harry Potter.
Honestly, just seeing that on this list, I feel like we need to do a separate one for that.
I recently binge watched. Well, I skipped a couple, but
I was like, you binge Harry Potter?
No, because I've seen Sorcerer's Stone is a little too kiddie for me. I've seen it, and Chamber of Secrets. I don't really need to see those two. So normally, when I binge watch Harry Potter, I start at Prisoner of Azkaban. I can never say it. So I start there and head down. And
that's when things get serious. That's when things start.
I like the serious ones. Now I've seen the first two, but like when I binge watch, if I'm in a Harry Potter mood, I'm like, yeah, I want to watch Harry Potter, right? I'll start at Prisoner of Azkaban and I'll work my way down. Now, I might be in a minority, but one of my favorite ones is Goblet of Fire. I like that one because that's when Voldemort appears and that shit gets real at the end. And Robert Pattinson dies.
It's like the most beautiful one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like in terms of So yeah, the first two are definitely because it's by the same director.
Right.
That's why they match in tone in
Yeah.
the way they feel. And then the third one was a different guy. That's when they had to replace Dumbledore. Rest in peace to that dude. But
Yeah.
like, that's when it was just like, no, this is you guys are idiots. This shit's deep and it gets dark.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The other one I could do without is the Half-Blood Prince. I could do without that one.
I don't think people really remember what that one was about.
Yeah, that one's about rest in peace.
Yeah, it's Alan Rickman.
Yeah, it's more about his character and who he is. So when part one comes and he died, doesn't he die in part one, Deathly Hollows? Makes more sense. You know, you feel for him more. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He dies in part one or part two. He does in part one.
Oh, I thought he makes the promise, or is that in the? See, that's the one thing I have about this series is that like it kind of bleeds together after
Talking
four.
about the promise. That's in Half-Blood Prince. All that setup. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while. I don't.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. It is because they killed Dumbledore in the Half-Blood Prince, and then in the first one, it's all about when they're running away.
Yeah, yeah. And then he dies in part one. So Half-Blood Prince is like the setup for his death in part one. And then in part two,
yeah,
you know, this is the climactic battle.
Just when you thought it was over.
Yeah. It's one of the few, like, the part one, part twos, where the part two is actually good, was better than the part one. But
it didn't Matrix Revolutions itself.
Yeah.
How is that not in here?
I guess because it's only 3 movies. It's considered a trilogy, not a franchise. But I guess once this Matrix 4 comes out, it's considered a franchise. So that's Harry Potter, number 3. So number 2 is Middle Earth, obviously. And what's number 1?
Number 1.
Hold on, don't tell me, don't spoil it.
You're not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it.
No, not like it. You're not gonna guess it. It's kind of out of left field, but I mean, I'm not mad. It's just I didn't think that would be what number based on what.
Okay, so number 2 is Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth. We kind of got a. Well, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the Hobbit movies, to be honest, but
that's another one you could do a whole separate thing because there's
like Lord of the Rings is so much to like. I'm not
process.
like a Lord of the Rings. I didn't read the books, so I'm not like the knowledge. My knowledge base is just movies, and I've seen the Lord of the Rings, the extended versions, multiple times, so I can kind of break it down. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're all great movies, man. Return of the King, minus the like 4 endings at the end. You know what I mean? Like it's an extra hour after the ring is destroyed. It's another hour, man.
You know, it's funny. It's like Lord of the Rings didn't need movies. The movies needed Lord of the Rings. Like it's there's a lot. And I remember I picked a couple books that I didn't even know that just add more into Lord of the Rings lore. And there's that's why it's not even Lord of the Rings. It's Middle Earth.
Right.
Just cue this whole.
Yeah. I mean,
I would be down to do like a separate podcast about that one. That's just,
I like the Unexpected Journey, Hobbit, and I liked most of Desolation of Smaug. But the Battle of 5 Armies, I didn't like that.
They said a lot of people. I remember seeing that one. They said they made that one not because it was important. They just made it so it could be its own trilogy. Like they said, they just made it just to make it.
Yeah, from what I heard, the original plan wasn't even to make 3. It was like, we could do this in 2. I mean, low key, you can do it in 1 if you cut the fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like all that takes place in like one journey. Like those 3 movies were done in the first Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I could, give me an extended version. Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey. You can do all 3 movies.
What's wild to me is when I went to go see I ain't know nothing about Lord of the Rings. I went to go see that in the theaters for the first time, like Fellowship of the Ring, and I did not understand how it didn't end. I was like, oh, so he's not dropping the ring, not today, huh?
Yeah, me too.
So, and what's sad is like I went with the people that lived on Lord of the Rings, so they were like, yeah. Why would he do that? This is only Fellowship of the Ring. And I was like, because I'm used to endings.
Hey, when I first seen this,
But-
we had, you remember, like, you used to order the DVDs, you pick 10 DVDs for $1 and they'd come to the house, right? And so this month, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring came. I was like, what's this shit? You know what I mean? I didn't know. I'm a black kid, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell. I don't know. I never read Lord of the Rings. I don't know who J.R.R. Tolkien is.
I don't know who that is either.
But I like sci-fi shit, and I like, I like shit like this. You know what I mean? I like Gladiator. That's my thing. Like, I like Gladiator too. So I was like, I put it in. I'm like, yo, this movie's tight. And then they get to the after Sean Bean dies, and they come in and it's like, oh man, I can't wait. This is getting good.
Yeah.
And the credits come. I'm like, oh, yo, what happens? And then I had to like get on the internet and shit. And it's like, oh, there's a 2
Yeah,
hours and shit.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
It's like,
I was
no.
like, oh, I got to go see the second one. Okay.
I thought this was episodic. I thought this was like Mission Impossible or something. I didn't think it was. That's when they were starting to do that. Like before, that was unheard of. No, it all has to end in one movie. You don't just drag it out like that. This isn't Star Trek.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like it took me a while too to get to Two Towers because my parents won't buy me movies and wasn't taking to the movies like that. But when I eventually saw him, I was like, yo, like it's a great trilogy. It's probably one of the best trilogies of all time. It's top 3. It's probably up there with Godfather. You got Godfather, Lord of the Rings, and then the original trilogy. In
Honestly,
my opinion,
it's just amazing how deluxe they make their DVD setups. Every time, like even on the original DVD, they have like the beautiful like leather bound.
Yeah.
3 discs of hours of special features and commentary.
Yeah.
No, they have it for Blu-ray.
Like the making of the Fellowship of the Ring, which is like a 2-hour documentary. That shit's good by itself. Like them going through, and then when you think about it, they was shooting this like in the mid-90s. Like, they've been shooting this forever, bro.
Yeah, where's Elijah Wood? He's been in the Shire. We haven't seen Elijah Wood in a while, because he's been in the damn Shire.
Because you think about it, it comes out in 2001, but when he was shooting this, he was still like, he just made Flubber and not Flubber, but Flipper movie and stuff. Nah, he wasn't that young, but
No, he wasn't that young.
But yeah, he was still like,
a little bit, a couple years past
it was
north.
like 98, 99, like.
And still, that's when they did all the prosthetics for the orcs.
Yeah.
Like, sheesh.
And then I got the extended edition ones because they look like the books. So like you put them on the shelf as like the books. So I found them in Ross one time, all 3, and they were like $5 for. I was like, yo, the extended versions, but it wasn't Blu-ray, it was DVD. This is a long time ago. But
It's not widescreen, it's full screen. Ah.
But I was like, oh, for $5 in Ross of all places, bro. I found all 3, bro.
Just for that,
You never know. You find places in unlikely places, man. Find movies. I used to do that. Find movies everywhere, but I don't do it as much. I need to go back to that, getting hard copies of everything. But they keep changing the formats of everything. You know what I mean?
And they'll keep editing stuff out over the years, and it's like that's not how that went.
Yeah. So
Number one.
I'm about to get my PS5 and then start buying 4K Blu-rays now. But anyways, that's off topic.
Yeah.
All right, so number 1, what we got? Mad Max.
What was your guess for that number 1? Because you were like, I don't want to see it.
I thought Fast and Furious was going to make this list. It's not even up here.
It's not even up there at all.
I didn't even think about Mad Max.
They said those aren't movies.
But it's a franchise, though. So at number 1, you put franchise with 4 movies. If it wasn't for Mad Max Fury Road, this is just a trilogy. Like, and low key, there's only 2 good Mad Max ones before Fury Road. But a lot of people like Beyond Thunderdome. It's like nostalgic. But
Yeah.
shout out Tina Turner, bro.
What's wild is this is apparently a franchise, but it's like their movies spanned like 4 years, and then of course Fury Road being like the 10-year difference,
Yeah,
20-year difference.
20
Jeez,
years. It's
it's
a
a
good movie
franchise.
too. They got a black and white version of that too.
I like Fury Road. I only seen it once, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
There's so much going on in that movie. It's like,
Tom Hardy's still mad at Charlize Theron because she got more attention off of it than him. So yeah,
he's mad about that.
yeah. There was. I mean, it was rumors that he felt away. You know,
Bro, you barely
because
said anything.
Yeah, because Furiosa's character is more like is like the character in that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why would you? You barely say anything. Not to mention your plot. You don't really have like a plot. You really just kind of stumble in. They were
Right. I
saying
mean,
that
it begins with him like, "Who the fuck is this?" You know. So
they were saying that that was what they were going off of in the future. They were like Mad Max is that might not even be the original Max. They were saying that they might be rolling off of the Mel. There's a theory that the Mel Gibson is the original Max, and he is so legendary that people are willing to take up the mantle and
right.
claim to be Max. Or he could just be another Max. You know, his name is Max, and they think he's the Mad Max. But he's
That'd be tight. And then if you do another Mad Max movie, then you bring back Mel Gibson to he reveals himself as the real Max, and then you got, that would be tight. There's a way you can make it work. You know what I mean?
the question is, how do you make Mel Gibson work? That's all I'm saying. Mel Gibson recently has been
I mean, come on. Everybody saw Hacksaw Ridge. He got nominated for an Oscar. Come on,
nope.
everybody got past that. Trust me, there's more stuff going on in Hollywood than him worrying about being racist. There's some other stuff y'all need to worry about.
That's what I'm saying. I know there's more.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus,
We all know he's racist. We all know that. This is stuff y'all ain't. The stuff y'all hiding. We need to talk about. But I don't want to get flagged. But y'all know.
Yeah, no,
Y'all know.
we've got enough
Why
disclaimers.
Tom
going
Hanks?
on in this.
Why Tom Hanks leave? Well, we're gonna get to no. I'm joking, y'all. This isn't that type of podcast. I'm just messing. But it seems ironic, right? Now he's a citizen of Greece. Where is he? Greece?
I didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
Roman Polanski shit.
But but anyways, yeah, man, that'd be tight, man. Shout out. I like Mel Gibson, man. He's a racist. He's documented, so we know who he is. But hey, I like his movies, man.
I was gonna say he's got a good track record going.
Yeah.
It's just this man off screen is like, wow.
My thing is, at least we know. You know what I mean? Like this stuff, when people don't say stuff, and then at least he's being honest. Like, so. But yeah, I like Mel Gibson, man.
Well, I
Hope they still make that Lethal Weapon 5.
think Dan.
If they was too old for that shit and Lethal Weapon 4.
I was about to say, you think Danny Glover even gonna be able to make it to be like, all right,
for this shit.
too old for it. Danny Glover be doing but he does some odd movies now where it's like, wait, you agreed to this? He does like little key roles every once in a while, but you're like, you'll do this, but you won't do Lethal. Get the hell out of here! Come on, man.
That's why I'm wondering, why isn't Lethal Weapon on this list? I guess because they did top 26. But to me, Lethal Weapon is low key better than a Die Hard franchise.
And it branched out. It branched out way bigger than that. But it goes back to like what I think is a franchise. Apparently, I don't know what a franchise is because some of these things on this list. But then again, I'm pretty sure this is just one list of many.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one I saw. You know what I mean? There was another one I wanted to click on, but it's a little older. It had like the 25 most powerful movie franchises and why. So I guess it's probably based off box office, probably.
So Mad Max was actually a good surprise, but it's a good I think we're good with that.
Yeah, I mean, check the
That's-
Mad Max out. There's some good movies. If you know, it makes me forget that like Mel Gibson's Australian. I'd be forgetting that because most of his movies he's like either American or has another accent. I'd be forgetting he's Australian.
I don't know, you're gonna slip up and say like Wallaby or something.
Yeah.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Anyway, that's pretty good for right now. I think we've given a lot.
Yeah.
The franchise, we really covered a lot in this one.
We covered a lot.
Some of these we didn't get to, but that's because we'll get to them later. Oh,
Right.
We'll definitely get to those later. Like Star Wars, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you, buddy.
It ain't gonna be that bad. Trust me, we'll get to Star Wars.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Rise of Skywalker, really. Well, actually, the new trilogy, because everything else before that, you know, I like, you know. So it's just the trash stuff I want to talk about. You know, I get more y'all starting to see. I get more animated about trash stuff because it's fun to pick movies apart. And I mean, and salute to everyone that makes art and everything they do. I know you work hard on movies. It's not just, you know what I mean, but you know.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's just it's a good jest. Like we're not gonna crucify you. It's just good. It's just fun to talk about. Like you really did that, huh? You know, like that's a part of it. That's what most of these movies, to me, honestly, they do things, and it's like y'all really went with that. Or it's even funnier because when it's there, it's like what happened behind the scenes, and half the time when you look it up, the story behind the scenes is even more bonkers than what came out.
Right. Yeah.
But no, if you do that and that's what you do, you make movies and stuff, then trust me, you're way ahead of the game than I am. I just like talking about them.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's our movie franchise discussion. Again, thank you for listening. Hey, if you know, we went over a list that we saw, but if there's any movie franchises you want to talk about, discuss, hey, comment. Hey, I will answer the comments and have a conversation with you. So, you know, I know there's some we forgot, like we didn't talk about Fast and the Furious, or, you know, Weapon, or just some other ones. But I can't think of off the top of my head. But Fast and the Furious. I'm thinking of something that have more than 3 movies. You know what I mean? So,
Twilight. Why wasn't?
Yeah, Twilight counts. Twilight counts. Yeah.
I don't know why I had to think of that one, but.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
No, it's just
oh,
you're over here naming all these cool like hardcore ones like Lethal Weapon and Godfather, and I'm like Twilight.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can't count Godfather because they made 3 movies. That's a trilogy, not a franchise. I guess, right? Is that so? If it's above 3, it goes from trilogy to franchise, right? Or if you have multiple trilogies in the franchise. So technically, I think Transformers is a franchise as well.
Oh yeah, how did that?
Yeah. Come on, you know why that's not on the list. There's only one good movie, and that's if you like the first one. Other than that, the rest are bad.
I understand.
I've seen every one of those in the theater, bro.
That's because Michael Bay's your favorite director.
No.
He's mentioned.
He did direct Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2.
Well, that was a trilogy. That doesn't.
And The Rock.
And The Rock. Yep.
Welcome to The Rock.
I feel like gutting you, boy. I feel like gutting you, boy. Anyway.
No, my favorite part is when Tony Todd, he was like, have you ever heard of the Rocket Man? Tony Todd's like, I don't listen to that soft shit.
Gotta watch that movie again, man.
That soft shit. And he's like, because you are the Rocket Man. Oh, yo, The Rock got so many kodals, man. Ah, man. We gotta talk about Nicolas Cage one day. The GOAT. Cage.
I was watching Jean-Claude Van Johnson. And there's a scene where he's in the dry ramen and he goes, holy oh my gosh, it's you. He goes, yeah. Because you have anything new coming out? He goes, no, I'm retired. Not like Nicolas Cage retired. I'm like retired. It's like, damn.
Oh man. But yeah, this is our movie franchise discussion. Yeah, so if we missed any, hey, just put them down in the comments.
Let us know in the comments if we missed any. Let us know if you know of any other franchises that we didn't mention that you think are interesting. Because I like just jumping into new stuff anyway.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen all of them, but there could be some that even foreign films or international.
I was gonna say there's foreign films.
Recommend stuff.
I know we didn't jump into animation, but that really is its own realm in itself.
Yeah, true.
I'd be down to do it, but
yeah, we pretty much went live action. You know what I mean? So, because we could have chose Toy Story as a franchise by itself.
Could have did Shrek.
Shrek. Yeah, I like Shrek 1 and 2. Shrek the Third. Ain't there 4? Yeah.
No, that's 5.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I guess you could put Puss in Boots and all that too, because it's all
then it'd be
the
6.
same universe. Yeah. Damn, they made that many.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Made that many.
I thought they stopped at like 3.
No. See, no. So like the big story arc, like the one that really matters, they stopped at 3.
Okay.
Like 3, you don't even have to watch 3. Honestly, they stopped at 2, but 3 is like because he was an ogre and he couldn't rule the kingdom, they needed actual royalty. So then they go pick up King Arthur to be the king. The other one is
the 4th one is like his kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Their kids, excuse me.
So Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
I think it's Shrek Forever.
Yeah, that's it.
The creativity.
Yeah, that's when you're getting bored, man. You're getting tired. It's like, yeah. The 3rd one's called Shrek the Third, so you knew they were running out. It was like, Shrek Forever, yes.
They said Mike Myers said,
greenlit.
I'm still trying to recuperate from. He said still trying to recuperate from the Love Guru. I need more money.
Oh,
yeah.
Mike Myers got a lot of money to make trash movies. Well, not trash movies, but like he has 2 franchises. Well, I guess you got Austin Powers and Shrek. I mean, he just make money off of that.
Nah, he got. Well, Austin Powers has been there. No, it definitely needed to stop after 3. I don't think they
kept going. Stop after 2, bro.
It did need to stop.
Because Spy Who Shagged Me was a perfect way to end it, bro.
3rd one was like we ran.
That's the one with Beyonce, right?
The 3rd one, yeah. The 3rd was with your
girl. Can't escape her today.
You can't.
The 4th time we mentioned her. Oh man.
Damn you, bae.
All right, those part of the Beehive, don't be upset. We love Beyonce.
Yeah. I got nothing against her. It's just, man, when it comes to movies, which is what we're all about here, the acting is just.
The funny thing, because Dreamgirls was supposed to be her, like, yo, we about to get you an Oscar nomination, all right? We got you, all right? But then Jennifer Hudson came in there and out-acted and sang your ass. And then she won the Oscar.
She said, I need the money. Yeah. They don't know who I am yet.
Jennifer Hudson came in there, out-sang you and out-acted you.
She said, bitch, you still got music. I got nothing. That's fine. One night only for you.
But yeah, that's it before we get off on a tangent, because we'll talk. But yeah, again, my name's Olin.
And I'm Ryan.
Thanks for listening to us or watching us, however your preference. Again, follow us on all social medias. Do you feel me? We got a lot of stuff coming. Like, I'm working on a lot of stuff, trying to get a new computer to bring out actually a more interactive experience. So working on that. But appreciate the support I've been getting so far from friends of mine, friends of ours. You know what I mean? Been getting a lot of good feedback. So
yeah,
again, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, 6. I hope
yes
we get to.
This is for you 6 subscribers. I appreciate you.
If it'd be nice to be. Yeah, please share our content so we can have more than 6. And trust me, we want to do a lot more, but of course that comes with more
Yeah.
subscribers and listeners. So
Yeah, we'll do more. You know what I mean? Trying to still keep the content coming. You know what I mean? That way, there's always something. Because at the end of the day, we're not doing this for like money or anything.
yeah,
This is something we want to do. We want to talk about this, and we have a platform to allow people to listen to us talk about it. So everything you hear and how we do it is how we talk when we're in front of each other.